Don't let anything stand in your way.
Yo, what up, Division Agent? This your boy Trey Day 381 coming at you with another Division 2 video. If y'all have been keeping up, I recently finished up the lactose intolerant videos. It was just to show you that you can play PvP without playing all the cheese and all this good stuff that's going on. But as of recently, I've kind of let go of the PvP aspect just because, well, if you've played it recently, you've seen the the explosive delivery backpack, nade spam, whatever the name that snowball throwing gun, they're abusing it,
Immediate medical assistance needed.
launching grenades with
Agent
the
down.
Slayer. That's what it is. And it kind of made me realize that
Serious trauma
how in
detected.
the hell? It
Agent out of
kind of
motion.
made me realize that players will do anything to get the upper hand on people, including abusing certain things. And I maybe they updated it this past update. I'm not sure, but it really did remove me from the PvP aspect of the game just because it it was a message letting me know that players could care less about playing fair. It's all about getting the W, no matter how they get it. And if that is the case, that means that the leaderboards are about as accurate as a snowball. No, I ain't gonna even go there. The leaderboards aren't truly reflecting uh, what's actually going on. It's it's skewed. So there's no point in me even playing PvP anymore. It stopped being fun a long time ago, but I kept doing it just because it's what got me into the game. The dark zone is what got me into playing the game.
Vital
How
signs
in the hell?
critical.
Where's the sniper? The dark zone is what got me playing the division in itself. It was such a unique aspect of the game, just like playing The Last of Us. The factions in The Last of Us was what got me playing the game. But now, if you look at it now, it's no longer what it used to be. It's something completely different. It's something horrible. You know, you got all these bonk bills and hives and sticky bombs that cook you for like 8 to 12 seconds. And the truth is, that stopped being fun a while back. And you're saying it's not fun for you because you're losing. It's like, nah,
An agent needs
my win to
assistance.
loss ratio is around 60%. You know, no, my win loss percentage is around 60%. My KD is pretty, is not terrible. It's not great, but it's decent enough to say that I can PvP confidently. Sorry, I'll hang back to get them snipers before the shotgun to show up. Oh, what am I doing? I'm slipping, Trey.
Agent down.
But the game really did stop being fun a long time ago just because there's too many exploits. Like, there's way too many exploits, too many multiplicative damages going on with people who aren't even aiming a gun. And then you want to argue, that, you fight fire with fire. And I'm sorry, it just stopped being my play style a while back. You know, honestly, it's never really been my play style. I like the way the game originally started out. I liked ADS, and I really do. I like the whole aiming down my sight and dominating the play has got me since, you know, the Uncharted multiplayer. Yeah, that's fun for me. I mean, I had the best aim, but you know, it's enough to keep me consistent. You know, it's enough to keep me competitive. Even now in the PvE aspect, if you look at my skills, I'm running a healer drone with a reviver hive. I don't use, you know, the type of skills that, you know, dominate my basic skill that is aiming and shooting. So that's where I am right now. I gave up on the PvP. It is no longer fun. It really isn't. I mean, every now and again you'll get a match where it's completely straight up and honest, but then like you get the matches where I'm playing with a bunch of randoms, which is fine, but at the same time, you know, I'll end up more often than not by myself with a bunch of low level players going up against the four stack of people or people who are exploiting or people who are using skills or, you know, to win the match. And here I am sitting here shooting, aiming my gun. It's like literally taking it's taking a gun to a nuke fight. I really wish that they would add in here a option to play a, you know, what do they call it? Having a queue for conflict where you could have your skills disabled or uh, have your skills and your your gear and weapon talent disabled, you know, where it's all grayed out. That'd be a whole lot more fun. Because then it's just you and the gun. And then we'll see who's better. In my recent video, I think somebody said something about they there is. I'm not gonna say that this particular clan does it because I can't lie and say I've witnessed it. I didn't even know this was a thing. But if it is a thing, there's an ability to go into conflict with your expertise still active. That is stupid in so many ways. Like who discovers this stuff? Like who discovered that you could put together a sequence of events, a sequence of buttons to have the Slayer shooting grenades or, you know, shrapnel traps or explosive traps? Like the that is the weirdest thing to discover. So like whoever discovered that the mounted turrets could cause a DPS glitch. Like who figures that out? And in the sequence that they did. Now, caveat to that is, I got tired of getting my, you know, butt handed to me. If y'all remember the raid when it first came out, it was really rough. I got tired, so I did it myself. And you know what? Rightfully so. Just by doing it, I got banned. And you know, it was no excuse. It was my reason for doing it. And I took my 2 week ban and I moved on. I hadn't exploited anything in this game since then. Now, do I feel like that band was deserving that? You know what? I did it, and I did it for, you know, I think it was one day. We ran the raid like 4 times, and then I haven't done it since. And then I found out while I was, you know, on one of my rotations that uh, I was banned via email. You know, it is what it is. I was like, all right, cool. You know, I was in Wellstar Hospital doing my rotation at the time. So I was like, you know, it is what it is. I got 2 weeks to focus on work. But when it was all said and done, I was back in hand. Look at, I'm still playing the game. But now you look at it, cut to 4 years later, and nothing changed. People still finding exploits, and devs are still trying to, find a way to balance the game. And it's the game is old. The game is really old, and the player base has shrunk precipitously. Yeah. And what's left are the ones who are running people out of the one mainstay that's keeping people in the game. Players that are exploiting game mechanics and damage exploits and all this good stuff that are taking it into PvP, and the devs aren't doing a single thing about it. It is what it is. So, 38 videos into my lactose intolerant series, I realized I was done. I was in there running Heartbreakers and Strikers and Umbra, and was doing pretty fine. Problem is that the status effect is so strong that it takes away your ability to ADS. And since they nerfed the crap out of the hipfire, when you're going through status effects, your hipfire is 5% accurate, if that. Even though they're right there in front of you, you only hit 5% of your shots. So, that being said, and they keep strengthening the skills and nerfing the weapons, a player like me no longer has a place in PvP. Not in this particular PvP. Maybe in Division 3 I'll give it a try. I mean, because like I said, that's what brought me into this game, it's the PvP. So, and I know some of you who have subscribed to me are sitting back saying, yo, don't do that. You were doing, pretty good. I'm not gonna say really good, but pretty good in PvP. I watch your videos because you are, and shout out to those who comment and let me know. You watch my videos because you were like, yo, your content is raw and unedited and honest. No exploits. You never was negative, except for I had to delete at one point in time this interaction that I had with a guy called Nefarious Hydra. He is so negative that he brought me into a negative uh, zone where I was pretty much cussing him out because he was sitting here. I think it was him and some other guy. He had a real good sniper on his team, and I think he was clanmates with him or whatever it was. And I like this dude. His name is Eternal something. I can't remember what it is. And when I say this guy is good, Eternal, whatever his name is, he caught me. I was doing a cover to cover move. I'm gonna demonstrate right here. Like I put my X on the thing. I did a cover to cover move right here, and he caught me in stride with a sniper shot. And I was like, yo, that was a real good shot, or it was real suspect, because there's no way he knew I was coming. And he didn't do it with like the one shot determined build. He did it with the Nemesis. So like I give him props. That shot was amazing, but at the same time, it was real suspect. And I won't call him a cheater. I refuse. I just say it was a real good shot. But the dude, Nefarious Hydra, was talking shit the entire time because I was running with a clanmate, Cell, who hadn't been in conflict in a long time, and he wanted to get back into it. And like he was like his sixth match in, and so every time we ran, we ran against him 8 times, and we won 2 out of the 8. And he was talking mad country shit. Like, excuse my language, but he was talking mad shit, emoting, doing whatever he can, because every single time we ran across him, we had a low level group. And it got real frustrating to me, and I got tired of him opening his mouth. So I went at him, and I went at him hard. And I was gonna post the video, and I really was. But then I sat back and I watched the video, and I realized, yo, that was not the light that I want to put myself in. But at the same time, it showed how toxic the community can be when they want to. And For those of you who know Nefarious Hydra, I know y'all do. Uh, the ones who actually do conflict a lot. He used to have a different name for Nefarious Hydra. I can't remember what it was. Oh, maybe his name is Nefarious Sky now, or whatever. I don't know. He changed his name like 6 times. Why? Because somebody called him out on cheating a while back, and he couldn't disprove any of it. So he changed his name, his username up, and came up with something else. But and the dude is like real toxic. It don't matter what it is. And I'm not gonna sit here and call him a cheater. I refuse to, because I don't know what programs and what exploits are out there that allow somebody to cheat. Because I'm not actively out there doing it. I'm not actively out there searching for it. I don't have aim assist. I don't have what is it, Cronus, Zen, Zim, you know, any aim assist programs like I just mentioned before. Any third party enhancements. No background, anything assisting me with health. I'm not exploiting mechanics, so I wouldn't know. Well, lag switch. I wouldn't know what it looks like, what a true lag switch or any of the stuff looks like if it was shooting me right in the face, unless it was like ridiculously blatant. But even then, I blame it on, quite possibly my server went down at one point in time, or my server lagged, or whatever it was, and the dude ended up like being behind me. Unless it's ridiculous consistent. Like in Division 1, there was this guy named Free Play or whatever it was. His program was so blatant that I would run fine playing against other players in skirmish, that whenever I ran across him, my server, or it felt like he was overclocked. So, sorry, my dog was barking at me. Someone's at the front door. So, when it came down to it, in this little match, I got real frustrated with his mouth. It wasn't about the gameplay or the fact, of the losses, because losses happen. But this dude was like going to town, talking about as much toxicity as you can think of, and emoting and teabagging and doing whatever you want to call it, to the point to where it was like, I was like, yo, if we had an actual group, or when it came down to when it's just me and him, I'd be rocking him, hands down. I'd be rocking him. But because I'm in here with my clanmate, you want to talk noise, calling me trash. And then, like, I think it was after my clanmate got off, I got into another match against him, and he literally rage quit. And I was gonna put that up there, but I said again, that's him, his toxicity leaking or leaching onto my personality. So I just deleted it all. And that's the way it is. Like there's a guy named Heck Mac Daddy or Mac Heck Daddy or whatever his name is. All he does is play with an artillery turret. Like his entire playstyle is just an artillery turret, and he gets pissed off at you because he wants you to support him. There's so many examples of toxic players, and I tried my best not to be a part of it, which is why I came out with this whole lactose intolerant series, is because I was trying to show people that you don't have to be toxic to play the game a certain way. But at the exact same time, what I found out was, even though you don't have to be toxic, I heard somebody say something. Where'd it go to? while you don't have to be toxic, it's almost difficult to play the game within this community without dealing with it and it affecting you to the point to where you become toxic. I think I started teabagging people myself, and then I realized that is not how I started out. And that's not how I want to be. I don't want to be that player sitting there teabagging somebody just because I got lucky and got a win. And that's the whole point of the game. Is that like I'm sorry, it's all luck. If you're in a clan and you go out there and you're playing a bunch of low levels and then you play up against another clan and you lose, you want to sit up here and post videos talking about how your clan is better than this other clan. You better than that other clan at that moment in time. And then you end up in a group, or let's say you get your clan together and you're sitting there running domination because you know the mechanics and you're putting together synergistic builds that is beating them up front, and then you're hiding and manipulating cover spots using glass cannon or an artillery turret or sticky grenades or a bonk bill, and you want to call yourself good. You're not. You're just good at using that mechanic. And that's unfortunately that's the state of the game right now, is that people are truly exploiting so much the Ouroboros, the St. Elmo's engine, the now it's the Iron Lung. Like it's like people exploiting the Iron Lung using the Umbra Initiative because you get your incendiary rounds so much faster. People were complaining about the St. Elmo's engine and then turned around and those same people are using the Iron Lung. Like, how hypocritical is that? Like, you want to sit up here and get mad at the St. Elmo's engine because you have to land 70 shots before you get those 70 shock rounds, but you want to get mad at the shock rounds and then turn around and use something where all you have to do is spend half the magazine, and after that,
An agent needs
you are
assistance.
setting people on fire. Like that is duplicitous. It really is. So by the end of my lactose intolerance series, I got thoroughly exhausted with the hypocrisy in the game. The hypocrisy in the players, I'm sorry, not the game. Now you ask anybody, I tell you, oh, I would have to run out of ammo. Right there, he's weak. Come on. Where you go to? Is he dead?
Taking the shot.
Before it was the shotgun exploit, so people were using the shotguns with all this ridiculous power, and then it became the 211-7, and then it was the shotgun meta again, and now people are complaining about strikers and mementos, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather die by somebody who's using striker memento than I would by a determined build, or a sticky build, or a hive build, or an artillery turret build, or a bonk build. Like, Lord knows I would rather die by strikers, whatever, than a bonk build. You know, but I'm telling y'all this now. Like, this is the state of the game, and the whole point behind it was the whole point behind this particular video is to let you know. I think I'm washing my hands with PvE. Honestly, I think I'm washing my hands with the division in general. Like, I've been playing recently what is it, the first Descendants, and that game is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie though, it can get very, very, very monotonous and slow at times because the grind is real. I currently have every ultimate Descendant without spending a single solitary dime, and I'll put that up there to show you. And mind you, though, at the exact same time, that grind to get every single Descendant, it is time consuming, and there are multiple moments where I was just like, I feel like I just need to come out of pocket if I want to get it. But then I realized, but then I caught myself and said, nah, it's not gonna happen, because free to play is fine up until it's you know it's pay to win. And for a game with zero PvP, it's not gonna happen. But even if it did have PvP, I'm still not gonna pay any amount of money uh, to to buy something when I can, spend my time to go and get it. But that's just me personally. Yes, it is. It is a rough grind. It really, it really is. But I still ended up with every single ultimate descendant they have. I'm not going to sit up here and buy apparel, or emotes or gear like that because I'm not that into, how my descendant looks. Just like in here, I'm not going to sit up here and purchase all of these different types of apparel that's out because I mean, or the cosmetics because people, this is digital clothes. Once you turn this off, like the clothes no longer exist. It seems like it's a monopoly that people are buying into that I just can't subscribe to. The apparel does not change the way my character looks. Or I'm sorry, the apparel does not change the way my character shoots. It doesn't change the power of my character's gun. So to me personally, it's just not worth it. That's just me. To anybody else who's doing it, if you got the money, do what you do. It is what it is. Like if it entertains you, do what you do. Don't let anybody deter you from doing it. I'm just saying it's not for me. So I started playing the first Descendant because I wanted to see how far I can get with just with just playing versus paying. And I may not be where my clanmates are because I got a bunch of my clanmates playing it right now, and they are ridiculously strong. And to each his own. They're shelling out their money to get some cosmetics or get a descendant, but that's their choice, and I ain't knocking them at all. I'm just letting you know where I stand on it. Just like there are those that wouldn't, buy a certain type of car. That's you. What do I like knocking you? Because you wanna buy a Shelby Mustang or a Chrysler 300. I mean, that's you. If you wanna buy an electric car, that's you. Like it's the same standard here. If you wanna get whatever gun or cosmetic you want, that is you are free to do it. Because it's your money. I'm not gonna sit up here and make you feel bad just because you felt like spending your money on something. But in contrast, just like in here, you know, for those who choose to run the bunk bills and wherever it is they want to rock, you want to say, oh well, it's the same standard applies there. It doesn't because in the end, that choice affects the other player. Like that choice to consistently throw out a hive and play a bunk bill, it affects the other player experience. Like hands down, all the skills that people are throwing out, these bills that people keep putting out. If it didn't affect it, there wouldn't be a such thing as a bonk bill. There wouldn't be a such thing as a Slayer nade bill. Like the fact that those words actually go together lets you know that it's not right. They are overpowering the crap out of these skills, and people are finding, you know, gray areas within their code that allows you to do these things. For those of you that are saying, man, the division's dead, great, dude. Why are you watching my video though? Just saying, you just wanted to know if there's somebody else's opinion about the division. If it's dead, then it's not talking to you. There's no point in you even clicking on the video. I'm talking to the ones who still play it and who want to still play it, or the ones who are thinking about playing it. I'm letting you know that PvP is busted The devs know it. That's why they only had what, one or two updates to PvP since the game came out. What kind of sense does that make? That the updates they do, that the PvP part benefited twice, while PvE has benefited over 20 times. And yes, I am a PvPer, hands down. If you look, if you are sitting here asking, yo, I've never seen a video of you in the dark zone, you're right. You haven't seen a video of me in the dark zone. Why? Because the content in the dark zone is the exact same. Go rogue or don't go rogue. Go manhunt, don't go manhunt. Yes, I've gone manhunt. Yes, I've played with people. Yes, we have gone manhunt. I think I've not reached manhunt 100, but I have gotten high band to manhunt. But, but, and this is a huge but, what's the point? What is the point of getting high up there in the manhunt when there's so many exploits? Like invisibility glitches. There's no way I missed that sniper. What is going on? Where is he? Oh, he hit a tree. Mr. McGinn, get out of here. What is the point of going into the dark zone when the moment you go in there, you're getting hit with some. I, I'll be 1,000% honest with y'all. Why do I no longer go in the dark zone? I went in there a while back and I ran across a guy that was running what was it? I forget at the time. Hunter's Fury, I believe, when Hunter's Fury first came out, and they were on proximity chat, right? They weren't in game. They weren't in party chat. They were in game chat, and they were talking about rocking the Hunter's Fury and how they would put together something, and he had like 7 different things procking on his HUD that was an exploit at the time. And I can't remember what it was, but he was like, yeah, I can multiply your damage by 4 times that amount if you get close to him, this, that, and the third. And as he was saying all that, I was like, so you're sitting here talking about how bad you would beat somebody using an exploit. And so I went rogue and I tested it out to see how hard he was hitting, and I swear it took this man 1.5 seconds to down me. So I left the dark zone and I haven't went back. Yeah, there are people who got videos out there where they are, mollywhopping people based off of a basic thing, but my play style is I go in there solo. I don't go in there with a group. If I go manhunt, you know, is what it is. Me and my clanmates used to go in there and we'll take over the server. And when I say take over, I mean like we'll multi-group, right? Or it'll be like 8 to 10 of us, and we'll go into that server to the point where it's just us, and we'll fight each other. You know, we'll literally go in and we'll split up into Clan A and Clan B, and we'll fight each other just for the fun of it. That's how we were. We wasn't going in there multi-grouping to take on other people. We went in there just to have fun with each other. See who would take out who. Like, oh man, I bet if my build can beat yours, and it was all honest conversation. Oh, he's behind. It was an all honest and pure me versus them, us versus them versus us. You know, but after that Hunter's Fury issue, then somebody was running a hive build that was ridiculously strong, and the whole clan was running hive builds, right? And it was all chicken dance and hive, drop my hive, chicken dance, drop my hive, and And then it was chicken dance. Here come my artillery turret, and I was spent after that. It was really like you did all that just to run to your homie so he can heal you. Oh, that should have been a headshot. Oh, come on, Trey. Uh, I hate I hate that they hide behind that boat. They want to do something, fix that. Stop stop trying to find a reason to push us forward and fix them. But the community is so split on certain things that certain people are winning out, coming out with different types of builds, like this whole hybrid build that's going on with the capacitor. Remember, Identity was pushing the capacitor long before anybody else was. Long before anybody else was. I pushed out a build a while back about a hybrid build. It was just for fun. Like I got tired of seeing so many builds. I wanted to push out a drone build, and now everybody's rocking a different drone. I'm not saying I came up with it, but I'm saying I didn't get any help putting this build together. And then I swear it was like 2 weeks later, everybody's pushing out this hybrid 5 and 6 skill tier DPS drone hive capacitive build, and now everybody is rocking it. And you can't run away from, again, the artillery turrets. You can't run away from the fire sticky, and now it's the determined, and the devs are completely silent. Why? Because the game is old and they're working on something else. Like it's, and if that is the case, then why am I still wasting my time doing, trying to go out there and do PvP when in PvP I'm getting nuked half the time by a skill or some weird damage that you just cannot explain. Like why am I getting mutilated by damage that makes no sense?
Serious trauma detected.
People are exploiting the EMP sticky bomb where they stagger you, and I don't know if anybody's ever noticed this, but the stagger on the EMP, it can get out of control because somehow or another they'll stagger you and they'll demolish your armor in the middle of that stagger. And I actually tried this at one point in time. I shot an EMP sticky bomb out, and I tried to shoot it at the same time. And by the time I did my the animation to lose the EMP sticky and pull up my weapon, they were already done staggering. So how people are staggering you with the EMP and shooting you at the same time is beyond me. So when I say there are things going on in the game that I just can't explain, I can't. And I refuse to call somebody a cheater because I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they're able to do it. So therefore, I'm not going to sit here and speculate. I just know that I can't do it. Stick your head up, Purple. But like I said, I can't do it. I've tried. I tried my I tried my best to emulate it, and the closest I've come is to getting two shots off at them with the stagger, but it was never enough to take off their armor. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna call anybody a cheater because I don't have any proof. Like, and honestly, until they come out and say, "Yeah, I cheated when I did this," it's stupid to call them that. So I'm gonna do like I did when Division 1, started to die off. I'm gonna do my legendaries. Uh, I'm going to play as much as I can. I'm gonna try to put out as much content as I can too, for those who want content. Honestly, there is no more build videos because there's no more builds until they come out with the new stuff.
Lost one. I can do this.
Until they come out with something new, you'll get me coming in and I'm not gonna cover any of the new updates or the Trello board or whatever they call that stuff. Like, cause I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't. You got enough content creators doing that for somebody else to come in and repeat it. If you want to know about what update they got going on, go right ahead. If you want to know about what's being exploited and how to do it, you're not gonna get it from me. What you get from me is good old fashioned gameplay. If I come up with an idea, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, I was thinking about this. But when it comes down to PvP, until they fix the skills, and when I say fix, until they like honestly nerf them to the ground in PvP, I'm not going back in there. It's it is it's terrifying. It's terrifying for an ADS to go in there solo and try to compete because you're not
Safe area
playing
detected.
against, you know, you're not playing against, it's not 1v2 anymore. It's not 1v3. It's not 1v1 or 1v4. It's 1v12. You go up against one player who's running a skill build is you versus them and their two skills. So it's 1v3 already. You go up against 1 and 2,
An agent has left your group.
it's
You are no
it's
longer in a group.
1v6. You go up against 3, it's 1v9. If all of them are using their skills, it's 1v you and their skills. And if y'all see me, I will, like I said, I'll use my secret mine as a makeshift pulse, to identify. I rarely set it onto them, to get them to stagger. Uh, I use a defender drone to mitigate some of that damage. But I'm not out there, using a hive or I'm not using the iron long. I used to actually use the St. Elmo's. I really did. But even after using it for so long, I said, the shock is just too much for another player. Like it's unfair, and it's still fun. Still an amazing gun. It's just now I can't do it, so I've switched to the Eagle Bearer. You know, a gun that I stopped using for a long time because tenacity just didn't do it for me. But now I'm just like, if that's the case, then I might as well just use tenacity because it'll mitigate the incoming damage. It won't do any outgoing damage, unlike its previous self. But that's my now 45-minute rant, and I apologize. I wanted to make it short, uh, but I was going on a bunch of tangents. But like I said, I will I will do more content when it comes out with more uh, when they come out with the new material that's coming to the game. But otherwise, and I won't say I won't never go into PvP. That's a lie. I'll go in there. I will do what I can. And if it's still the same, like I'll periodically go in there, and if it's still the same, I may not go back in there again. I'm gonna try to find a different game to play to bide my time. I'm really having fun with, the First Descendant, but it is getting a little stale in itself. Um, Honestly, I thought The Last of Us was gonna come out with the PvP aspect, but they scrapped the crap out of that. So I'm at a loss on that. The only thing that's left is to have the Division 3. And that's sad to say because I was really looking forward to that standalone The Last of Us multiplayer. It was something I was looking for the past 4 years. 4 years. Only reason why I bought Part 2 was because I thought there was going to be a faction. Don't get me wrong. It's the only reason why I spent $70 on The Last of Us Part 2. Otherwise, I would have waited to play the game if they came out and said there will be no PvP. Their new rogue light mode, it's fun for a little bit. It stopped being fun when you complete every task. But other than that, to my subscribers, let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all want to still see PvP. If you do, I'll put some videos out there for you and you alone. Otherwise, understand that them videos will be frustrating the crap out of me because it is it is a nightmare in there right now. Like it is the the exploiters, they own it now. They own PvP. They own the Dark Zone and they own Conflict now. Conflict is where I went when I no longer wanted to deal with the Dark Zone exploits, and now they've taken over Conflict. So congratulations to y'all. I appreciate that y'all have ruined PvP in the division for a lot of players now. So, pat yourselves on the back, give yourself a round of applause because, it is what it is. It's your boy Trey 381. Y'all take it easy.